My name's Dwayne Kibler. This is my brother's mine, 55 Studebaker President Speedster. It's one of, in this color, they made about 668 in South Bend. This production model here is one of 110 that was assembled in Los Angeles. And it's got a 259 overhead valve V8. And it's original condition. We have a lot of fun. My stepfather was his father was a Studebaker dealer, and he had about 3 different dealerships in the Chicago area, and he wanted to get back into Studebakers so that he could have some fun with us. And he said this was part of our inheritance, so he wanted us all to enjoy it while he was still living, so he gave it to my brother and I. The 3 of us share it and share a lot of good times, so it's a great vehicle to share a lot of good times together.
Have you had to do a lot of restoration on it or anything like that?
Not really. This was in the desert for years and years. So, you know, we pretty much bought it this way, to tell you the truth. We've done a few mechanical things, you know, but other than that, it runs great. We just took it to South Bend for the 150-year anniversary, and my stepfather couldn't catch us in his BMW, which upset him to no end, so we had a lot of fun with that.
Well, thank you for showing this.
Thank you.
Hey, that's great.
Hi, Bob. How are you? This is Bob Shimitz, and he's a Solon fireman. That he has this classic. He also does this and plays the music for us here at Solon on Tuesday night, probably 4 or 5 times a year. Huh, Bob?
Yep, 5 or 6 maybe.
Yeah. What year is it?
It's a 1941 Buffalo Pathfinder pumper. It was used by the steel mills in Cleveland when it was brand new. Bought it from private owners about 7 years ago.
And tell me about what you have to do restoration-wise.
About 5 years ago, the engine decided to blow up, so in order to replace it, we had to take the whole front end apart. Figured might as well go down and do the rest of it, so we were able to find an Army surplus engine sitting on the shelf, already rebuilt for it. They're made the Hercules engines, about a 530 cubic inch 6-cylinder, flat 6. It's got the double clutch shifting. It's like doing a dance. Consider this an open cab truck that never had a roof on it. Being in the steel mill is probably the better thing. You don't have to worry about being rained on, snowed on. Completely disassembled it, redid stripped it all down, reassembled it, and that's what you get. Right now I use it as a rolling stage for my disc jockey business.
Well, thanks for showing it to us.
My pleasure.
Jim, welcome again to the Solon Commons, one of Ohio's best cruises. I'd like you to meet the president of the rock and roll capital Street Machines, Ed Pizak. Ed's the proud owner of this Cobra replica that he built personally. Ed, you want to tell us about it?
Our family built it.
Our
whole family built
that builds
it.
a car together stays together.
This is a family project that all of us take part of, and we all take part in driving it. Here's the car right here. It took us about 3 years to build it. Actually, it was 1 month shy of 3 years to build it, and it's been done now for 3 years. We've done open track events and drive it every chance we get on the street, and we just have a good time with it. Probably the only bad thing about it is we can only take 2 people at a time, so it's a fight between either we take the Cobra or we take our other car, which is my wife's Mustang. It's a 67 Mustang that she drives. That's her car. So it's a fabulous night tonight. We're having a wonderful night at our charity cruise, so go through and see everything that's here and enjoy the evening.
Hi, I'm Marty. I'm a member of the Rock and Roll Capital Street Machines. This is my car, Rosie, Cracklin' Rosie, like Neil Diamond's song. She's a 48 Plymouth sedan. I've had it since '86, and most of the parts in it have been replaced with new old stock. And it's just, other than that, the weight came out of the factory. It's old, reliable, takes me where I want to go, when I want to go, and best of all, it takes me home. I've had this since, about 1986, and it didn't look like this when I bought it. It looked a lot better. No, not really. But this is a member of my family, like one of my kids, and we take good care of her.
My name is Mike Trigiani. Live in Cleveland, Ohio.
We have the
and We have another prize.
One of
giveaway.
our
This is against the
1958
50-50
Super
raffle
88
ticket.
Oldsmobile.
82.
It's all original. It's a frame-off restoration, and it's tri-powered,
Okay.
and it has all the goodies. It has the transportable radio,
All right.
and as I mentioned, air conditioning.
9710.
And we've had it for going on 4 years now. I had one originally in 1958, and we searched for one like it, and we received it. And same as my old one, it has a Continental
82
kit on it.
9710. This
And
is all
everything
right,
is
50-50 ticket.
factory
It
stock.
is a deer avoidance system called
And,
the Hornet.
She's been our honey. That's our baby.
Did you mount this on the front end of the car?
Hi, my name is Mike Gennaro, and this is my 61 Cadillac Sedan DeVille 4-door hardtop. And I purchased the car down in Florida. Everything on the automobile's original. Chrome's been untouched, paint job's been untouched, interior is original. Got a 390 engine with a 4-barrel carburetor on it. Everything's workable on the car. There's nothing that doesn't work. The car's got automatic, power steering, power brakes, air conditioning, clock works, radio works. Everything works in the automobile. And like I said, I purchased it in Florida. Had it for about two and a half years. And I drive it to all the shows.
Well, thank you so much for showing it to us.
Well, you're welcome.
Hi, my name is Lou Botto. This is my 50 Mercury. It's been chopped, lowered, nose and deck. I have a 350 engine in it, 350 transmission, crate engine, crate transmission, and like you see, it's got a candy brandy wine paint. It's got a 350 crate engine in it, 350 Chevy small block with a 350 tranny crate engine, a crate tranny in it. And it's got air conditioning, power steering, power brakes, a little bit of chrome on it, and that's about it as far as that. The paint is candy brandy wine. The grill is a Cal Custom grill with Chevy bumper guards on it. As you can see, it's been nosed. Handles have been taken off on the sides. Running 57 Lancer hubcaps on it.
We've got this beautiful.
I have purple neon lights underneath it. You can't see right now because it is daytime.
So we're going to be giving away. This is on.
Got bubble skirts with 53 Mercury trim on it.
8352.
It's dual antennas.
83.
And dual exhaust, of course, and it's got my logo on it, which says Bad Attitude,
Check your tickets
and some pinstriping and a little bit of notes around the antennas, dual antennas. The car's been chopped 4.5 inches,
Diecast car here.
and it's got a custom interior.
8352 white ticket.
75 Buick front seats in it.
Me or Nick.
Tilt steering,
That is on the
custom dash,
50 raffle ticket. Check your tickets right now.
and that's about it. I've had the car, like I said, for 3.5 years.
Not quite everybody, but almost everybody, okay? If you think you might have won, you can come
Thank you for
check
showing
the
it
board
to us.
up here.
Thank you.
My name is John Levicki. It's a 55 Chevy. I've owned it 17 years. Paint job, I did myself. Restoration, I did all myself. I had the body off the frame, and the frame's painted black emerald, and the color of the car is medium jade fire mist green, and I've got actual little gold flakes in it, and gives it a nice sparkle in the night. I got a ZZ4 350 with a Ford 9-inch 4-speed, and belong to the Rock and Roll Capital Street Machines, and this is our car cruise. We do this every Tuesday night, and get a lot of nice cars up here, a lot of nice people, and have a lot of fun on a Tuesday.
My name is Gary Bourne. I live here in Solon. I belong to Rock and Roll Capital Street Machines. It's a 51 Ford Vicky. I've had it approximately 5 years. Drop a hat, we go anywhere. This car's been to Indiana, James Dean, all the other big cruises. We cruise every night we can, rain, shine, or whatever. This car just goes. It's a fun car.
How about restoring this car? Would all be?
This was a trade. I got this partially in a trade. It's one of the few cars I never finished myself. I've done some alterations to it, but basically the car is done 35 years ago, just as you see it.
Hi, my name is Jerry Hirschberg. This is my 63-old Starfire. It was built in California 3 years ago. It's a national show car. It won the Oakland Roadster Show. It's been about 72 shows since I've had it and won 72 first places. It's lilac in color. It's chopped 4.5 inches. It's widened 9 inches in the back. It's lengthened 9 inches. It's riding on air ride. I've just spent a lot of money on it just lately. It was in a fire. You'd never know it, but it was in a fire last October. Just got it back. New paint job, new interior, new engine in it. I show it all the time. I go cruising about 4 or 5 times a week. And this is what I love to do. I just have a great time doing this.
My name's Gary Burns. I'm from Beechwood, Ohio. This is my custom-built 1957 Buick Century. Car is chopped 4 inches in the roof. The rear fenders are extended 6.5 inches. They're 56 Packard taillights. The headlights are 56 Olds headlights, and those are also extended 6 inches. One of the most unusual features on the car is the paint. It's lemon chiffon mother of pearl, and it's actually painted with pulverized seashells, which is an old process, Murano pearl from the 50s and 60s.
Okay, hi, my name's Al Stacko. I'm from Aurora, Ohio. It's a 68 El Camino, originally an old Super Sport car. It's 13.5 to 1 compression motor, NOS fogger system, 1150 Dominator, strange rear end. It's tub, pro streeted. Ready to run. Hasn't made it to the track yet though. Transmission, it's a TCI 400, reverse pattern, manual valve body. And that's about it.
How long have you had it?
It's going on about 4 years now. 6,000 miles on the car. Mostly hit all the cruises, some of the bigger shows. Track is in its future. It's a 454. It's punched out 60 over. Runs about 13.5 to 1 compression.
So it sounds like you get out and drive it a lot?
Oh yeah, as much as I can, we drive it. I have another one at home. I have 2 of them. One's for my wife, and drive this one most of the time though.
And you just added the nitrous oxide this year?
Yeah, it had a plate system on it last year. We just put the fogger system on this year. It's capable of up to 300 horse.
Now you show this car too?
I mean, just the fogger system's up to 300. Yeah, I take it to Good Guys, Super Chevy. The place is pretty good. Yeah.
You drive it everywhere you can afford racing gas, huh?
Pretty much, yeah. 110 is the minimum octane on it with the compression it runs.
If I go flip this car over, how good would it look?
It's same as underneath. It's all color keyed, painted underneath. Everything's filled in, no flaws. It's all MSD electronics. Everything's hidden under the dash. Looks clean.
Hi, I'm Mike Perdina, and this is my 57 Chevy Nomad Peachy Keen, which surprisingly enough is peach in color. I've owned the car about 5.5 years. It was about 85% the way you see it now. I've updated some of the underhood stuff, made it run better and things like that. It's a one of about 6,100 57 Nomads built. And it's got the Pro Streeta deal. It's got the Mickey Thompson 33 19.5s on there. So we got the big tires. And of course, we got the big fins, which we love for the 57 Chevys. I drive it everywhere. I go about 5,000 miles a year, and so it's a real reliable, dependable car. And yet up front, we've got the 350 Chevy engine. I got the Edelbrock High Rise, the Air Gap Performer manifold. The Edelbrock carburetor matches it. In the back, of course, we got a 350 turbo hydro transmission, and we got the Ford 9-inch, the non-Chevy 9-inch rear end. In the back, it's narrowed, it runs 350 gears, and I've got Carrera coil-over shocks and chrome shocks, and then it's got the ladder bar suspension on it. Inside, we got a tweed interior. It's all finished off in the tweed, and of course it kind of carries over from the just kind of have a classic look to it. The seats are 67 Chevelle buckets, and of course there's the Car Club jacket, which makes it work better. It's got standard radio, tape player, tilt Cadillac column, and no air conditioning yet. I believe that air conditioners for wimps. If you can't drive with the window down, you shouldn't be driving. And again, we drive in the rain, we drive it. Yeah, I drove in the snow coming back from the Cleveland Autorama once, and but it's turns heads. It's lowered up front. We've got the I've got the Chevelle disc brakes. It's got the 2-inch strap spindles. And it's got the 605 power steering box. Anyway, we've got the Penguin power engine, and I got the dropping and stopping engines. A little bit of notoriety. We're the official menu car for Quaker Steak and Lube. So that's the old car, and that's the old Quaker Steak and Lube. Underneath, nothing outstanding. This 4-barrel dual disc brakes, dual master cylinder. Pretty much something to get you down the road. I think you're going to see a lot of this in the future, where the cars in the past have been completely redone, top to bottom. And what you're going to get is you're going to get more of the situation where the car is done, underneath the hood is done, and maybe the underneath was like new when it started, but then it's gradually it's going to be driven. And that's the whole key on this car, is we drive it everywhere. Our club drives their cars everywhere, and it's a great club, and it's a great car. And thanks for asking me about it. Appreciate it.
Hi, Jim, and thanks for coming to Solon tonight for the Rock and Roll Capital Street Machines cruise. We cruise every Tuesday night. Tonight we have probably 800 cars here, and we experience probably 700 to 800 cars every Tuesday night from May to October. This is my car. It's a 38 Chevy 2-door sedan with a 350 V8 engine, 350 turbo automatic with air conditioning, power steering, disc brakes, Mustang front end. Car was built in California by Daniel's Hot Rod Shop, and I bought it in Tucson, Arizona, and having a ball with it. We just love it.
How long have you had it?
We just bought it in May of this year, 2002, and had it transported up from Tucson. And we've been just updating it, getting it. It's been a 10-year restoration, so we're just trying to, put some update on it. But we really enjoy it.
Okay, my name is Robin Bergman. My husband Ray and I own this Packard. It's a 1938 convertible Victoria, model 1604, and it's an original car. It has not been modified in any way. When we acquired the car about 7 years ago, and upon acquisition, we realized that the engine compartment needed a little work, so we over the course of about a year, redid everything inside the engine. We also replaced the upholstery and the top. So now the car is in excellent condition, and we actually take it to several shows per year, and it has been seen at Meadowbrook, which is a beautiful show. We take it here to the cruise-ins on a regular basis because we feel that a car like this, although many people would just keep it in their garage and admire it, it deserves to be driven and deserves to be admired by other people as well. So. Oh, that's right. And my husband just reminded me that there are only 2 of these actual cars in the world. No, in the country. There are 3 in the world, 2 in the country, the other being in Oregon. So you can imagine it was very difficult for us during the time of restoration to get the answers to some of our questions. But there are people available to answer those questions if a person is considering a Packard automobile. So thank you for enjoying the car.
My name's Lou Morganti, live in Walton Hills, part of the rock and roll capital of Street Machines. We're here tonight enjoying a festive evening. All the donations tonight are going to Ronald McDonald House. They asked me to talk about my 22 Ford Roadster here. It's a 22 Ford frame. It's been boxed and channeled. It's got a 23 Ford body on it. It's flamed and detailed. A buddy of mine did some flame work on it. I'm running a 350 Chevy 4-bolt main engine. It's been bored and stroked. It's bored 40 over. Carter 4-barrel carburetor, 411 rear end, 350 turbo transmission, set up with digital gauges and rack and pinion steering. Pleated and rolled from a friend of mine who did this, leave it out in his garage. It's all flamed. If you notice, the license plate is all called Inferno, which is detailed by matching flames of the Roadster. We enjoy driving it. I have a lot of grandchildren, and we enjoy cruising up here at Solon Commons. Okay, also tonight I brought my wife's Corvette. It's a 1980 stock L82 stock car, clean, 40-some thousand miles on it. And this is my baby I've had for 15 years. Restored it from the ground up. 57 Chevy Bel Air 2-door sedan. Running a 350 4-bolt main, bored and stroked also. Carter 4-barrel carburetor. Little details. 63 Chevy Super Sport seats that have been custom interiorized to match the color decor from 1957. And I also have a console from Camaro in there that I converted into looks like a stock conversion kit that I put together. The trunk has been pleated and rolled with the Chevy bow ties on the top and bottom. A buddy of mine helped me out and did the interior for me. 411 rear end also.
My name is John and Lynn Phillips. We're from Garfield Heights, Ohio. I've had the 1973 Cougar XR7 convertible for 6 years now. It's got 49,000 miles on it right now. Original engine and transmission. Original top still, original all interior. The paint job is new. I just got it back out of the shop. The paint job was just done. The bumpers were re-chromed. The car is from Iowa originally. It was owned by a doctor's wife. That she bought it. He bought it for her on Christmas Eve. The car went into service on Christmas Eve, and it was a Christmas gift to his wife. And I was looking for one for about, what, how many years? 15 years? 15, 18 years I was looking for a Cougar, and I found this one in Iowa, and I flew out there to pick it up. We've had a lot of fun with it. It's a great car. It's, you know, it's a very rare car. There's only like 1,700 made in the XR7 version. That's about it.
All right, hi, I'm Rick Marco. I'm a past president of the Rock and Roll Capital Street Machines. You're looking at a 1970 and a half Z28. The first year of what's known as the second generation cars, fastback styling. This is a car that I've owned since 1982. It's an original engine, Chevrolet's most powerful engine as far as the small block goes. It's the first time you actually went 1 horsepower per cubic inch. It's what's known as the LT1 motor, small block, 350 cubic inches, 360 horse. Same engine that was in the 70 Vets, which was rated at 370 horse as well. I do drive it a lot. It had 42,000 miles on it when I bought it. It's now cleared 84,000. The paint is fresh right now, but it's an original color. Or actually kind of like original color, although it's a custom mix paint right now because obviously you can't find 1970 vintage paint these days. The car has a Muncie M22 Rock Crusher 4-speed 373 gears. The interior is all original, body's been redone, motor had to be rebuilt a few years ago. It's been as fast as 1285 at 106 1/4. Speedometer goes to 140, we've been there once or twice.
Same thing will happen like it did before you come down to you as you do it. Let's do my baby in my eyes.
It's a beautiful car.
Okay, my name's Steve Hallis, and it's a 1960 Chevy Impala. The car came from Southern California and was painted in Reno, Nevada. The motor is a 350 LT1, and the car is a factory power steering, power windows, power brakes, and power seats, and factory 4-speed car. Just has a custom paint job on it, air ride suspension by Air Ride Technologies, and KMC 20-inch wheels in the rear, 18s in the front, and a Nito tire. Oh, we go all over with it. All the shows, don't trailer it anywhere.
Sorrow, our love's gonna be destroyed like a tragedy, just like a Romeo and Juliet.